G'day YouTube, it's Ralph here, and in today's video I'll share my plans on how to get lean on the next 12 to 16 weeks. So before I jump into the topic, I would just like to ask for your support, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and also like this video. And if you guys have any questions about nutrition or dieting, just drop a comment down below and I would try to make a video or respond to your comments. And if you guys have any relatives or friends who are interested on this topic, please share this video as well so we could spread some awareness. And also I would just like to take this opportunity to reintroduce myself to those people who don't know me. I am Ralph and I've been a nurse here in Australia for the past decade with an experience in intensive care emergency department and currently practicing in peri-operative care unit. So I'd like to spend my time on reading and watching or even listening to topics related to evidence-based approach in terms of our health, such as nutrition, health protocols, recovery protocols, and also I've been an avid follower of the bodybuilding space. So with all the combined knowledge with my interest and my profession, I've used all of this knowledge to transform my own body from being skinny fat to being lean. So enough about me, let's jump into the topic. Okay, so I'll just make this video really quick and I'll just like to share my plans to get leaner in the next 12 to 16 weeks. And first of all, the reason why I would like to diet down in between 12 to 16 weeks, it's because we don't know what's exactly gonna happen in the future. So that's why I'm giving myself a little bit of like a ballpark on when I will end my shred. Normally I would like to end this around 12 weeks. It's just because by that time I'm really drained in terms of like diet fatigue, and also my energy is really low when I reach that point. But if I'm able to keep pushing through it, and I know for the fact that I could push my body to burn a little bit more fat on especially on my core area, I would definitely try to push it until I get to that level that I'm looking for. First thing I wanted to talk about when I'm trying to lose weight is that I set a realistic approach in terms of like losing weight per week. So I'd like to normally aim for 0.5 kilograms of weight to lose per week. In that way I'm not really losing much muscle mass that I've obtained from my bulking pace. Also, for an advanced age like me, I'm around 36 years old, and obviously my ability to produce muscle mass isn't as great 10 years ago. It does slow down a bit, so that's why I'm trying to keep my muscle mass as much as I can. So that's why I'm setting my goal to lose like 0.5 kilograms per week. So the next thing that I want to talk about is about refeed, or what others like to call it, cheat day or cheat meal. So the way I manage my refeed, it depends on where I'm at on my diet. Like let's say if I'm on my 6th week of my shred or my 12th week, that means I'm on a deload phase, or I'm just basically not going through my progressive overload in terms of like resistance training. So I don't really try to go nuts in terms of like surplus in calories, and I try to manage it for like a week or two. Or let's say if I finish my shred for 12 weeks and I achieved the physique that I'm trying to aim for, I would go for like an 8-week bulking phase in order for me to just restore or replenish all those glycogen that got depleted from the 12-week shred that I just did for myself. If we are like just trying to have some refeed or cheat meal in our shredding phase, just try to be mindful of not going too much on surplus. So we can get away with, let's say, one meal or that one tasty meal on the weekend, and then heading back to the caloric deficit that we have calculated according to our TDE. So that's that. The next one that I wanted to talk about, I believe I've already talked about this in my previous video, which is on my weekly progression in terms of like my shredding. So this one is training each muscle group twice per week. For the reason being is that our protein synthesis spikes up. Let's say if we did some chest or back day today, in the next 48 to 76 hours our protein synthesis spikes up. So give it some 24 hours to rest up and then re-stimulate that same muscle group again, or let's say after 48 hours. When every time we nourish that muscle group and then re-stimulate it back after a couple of days, we're actually maximizing hypertrophy when we do that, rather than just like training each muscle group per week. That's after 3 days, according to Dr. Schoenfeld, our muscle or our protein synthesis flattens. So we actually miss a window of opportunity for optimum muscle growth if we do not train our muscle twice per week. And also, so in terms of like resistance training, I would like to aim for 3 to 8 working sets per muscle group per week, in terms of like just progressing through the load of my workouts. And that basically gives me an opportunity for an optimal growth. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is managing my deload on the 6th week. The reason being is that after 5 weeks of continuously progressive overload training, we tend to get really fatigued once we go like beyond 5 weeks. And I did notice that my strength deteriorates or flattens when I don't really give my body some time to recover or just take it easy on the 6th week. So what happens is that our muscle strength plateaus, and that actually hinders us from progressing through our loads in terms of like our resistance training. So if we're not really pushing forward to the load or adding up more sets or weight into our training, we can't really improve hypertrophy in the longer run. So that's why I like to add some deload on my 6th week. So if I'm like shredding for the next 12 weeks, so I'll be deloading 2 times on that phase. It just helps me to progress through the entire shredding phase. The next one I'd like to talk about is cardio. So with cardio, I don't really have any specific recommendation on what to do. Just do whatever you enjoy in terms of like doing cardiovascular exercise. So it doesn't matter if you like to run or if you like to jog, or sometimes you like to do some HIIT or skip ropes, anything that would actually demand your heart to pump up blood faster on a specific period. That's actually a good cardiovascular exercise. So in my case, I like to use the Stairmasters because number one, I gamify the system in terms of like doing my cardiovascular exercise, as I wanted to be really economical with my time. I'm actually working out my hamstring, my quads and my glutes when I do Stairmasters. And second, it's just really demanding in terms of like my cardiovascular load when I do this. So I normally do like level 9 or level 10 in terms of like intensity with using the Stairmasters. And according to my zone heart rate, I'm actually hitting around zone 3 and 4 when I do that. So I just do that 15 minutes on each time I do my resistance training, and I do it afterwards because I wanted to preserve my energy through my lifts and then spend that remaining energy on the cardiovascular exercise. So according to Dr. Peter Attia, who's a renowned GP in America, he did suggest, in order for us to improve our cardiac health, to prevent acquiring metabolic and cardiovascular diseases, with zone 3 and 4 training, he normally suggests to do like 2 hours of zone 3 and 4 training per week. But if you're into like zone 2 cardiovascular exercise, he did say that 3 to 4 hours per week is enough in terms of like developing healthy cardiovascular health. So the next one, I'll have to admit I'm really struggling on trying to hit this one, but I'm doing my best in terms of like trying to balance out my time and my training and my life in general. And the one that I'm talking about is trying to sort out my recovery and my sleep. As you guys haven't really heard, or you guys have noticed in my eyes, like because I'm a shift worker, because I work as a nurse, and also I'm running a business on the side, plus I'm trying to run this YouTube channel just for fun, because I would want to help other people to promote a healthy lifestyle, and also those people who's trying to lose weight. I wanted to help those people to be directed in the right direction. In terms of like sleep and recovery, it's not really important with the amount of hours that you sleep. I would say 6 to 8 hours is a good amount of sleep per day. However, you have to make it consistent, because sleep cycle actually matters in terms of like recovery. Because there are times that I'll be sleeping like 6 hours, and then in the other day of the week I'll be sleeping like 8 hours or 7 hours, but they're really sporadically not consistent in terms of like going to bed at the same time. That actually messes up my recovery, and I do track my HRV too, and it does say that sometimes my HRV is on the poor side when that happens. Hopefully I will be able to establish a consistent sleep cycle. Normally I'd like to go to bed around between 10 or 11 o'clock, and my work normally starts at 7:30 in the morning, so I get up around 5:30 or sometimes even 5 o'clock, just to get through my day in terms of like working out and doing my cardiovascular exercise too. You guys get the idea. 6 hours of sleep, as long as it's consistent throughout the week, you'll be having an optimum recovery. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about my plans on my 12-week shred is that being patient and approaching this shred on day-to-day and week-to-week basis. Just basically enjoying the journey of losing weight or fat in the process, because some people when they go into this journey, they like an immediate result, like let's say losing 10 or 20 kilograms of weight in a matter of like 12 weeks. Yeah, those things are possible. However, the problem with that is that the weight tends to rebound into a heavier weight, and that's not really a great thing if you're trying to lose weight. So I'm just gonna be patient, and I'll approach this shred basing it on consistency, and also just basically approaching this on a sustainable manner, because at the end of the day I wanted to keep my physique and appearance lean for as long as I can, and it is possible as long as I have to follow a sustainable and disciplined approach. And I've already talked about this in the past, that setting up a structure and having a healthy mindset on losing weight are actually the key things that I follow through in terms of like losing weight. And also nutrition and recovery protocols are part of it. All these things go hand in hand, so you guys have to keep in mind that it's not just about trying to eat less and doing exercise. These are all combination of different things in order for me to succeed in my shredding phase. So I hope you guys like this video. It's just a quick video about my plans in the next 12 weeks on how am I going to approach my shred, and it's just basically a simple and consistent approach, because at the end of the day consistency matters more over intensity. So if you guys like this video, please like the video, and also drop a comment down below if you guys have any questions in terms of like nutrition, or if you guys wanted me to make or talk about a certain topic in related to losing weight or shredding. Also, if you guys have any relatives or friends who are interested about this topic, please share this video to them so that we could spread some awareness on how to properly lose weight. So thank you guys for watching. Again, stay fit, stay strong, and keep crushing it. Until next time, have a good one.